Let's now talk about a couple of stocks, individual stocks that will be in focus because of weekend news flow. Starting off with auto sales, lots of numbers have trickled in. Sudarshan is tracking them for us. Sudarshan, morning. How do they look?
So morning, Subhi. So before I go to specific companies, let me talk about the overall trend. So for the month of May, the trend was mixed. Overall sales in the month of May have moderated after strong sales that we had seen in the month of April. Passenger vehicle sales have seen a moderation while commercial vehicles and tractors have seen an improvement. Even two-wheeler sales have seen a slight moderation. Now coming to company specific, starting with Maruti, sales have missed estimates and are lower year-on-year. Total sales are down 2% year-on-year at 1.74 lakh units, and domestic sales were higher while exports have dipped. Domestic sales are up 4% and exports have dropped 34%. Now coming to M&M, it's a mixed trend. Passenger vehicles have come in below estimates while tractor has outperformed. Total auto sales were up 17% year-on-year, while total tractor sales were up 9%. And company says forecast of above normal monsoon has improved sentiment and land preparation activities for kharif crops to boost tractor demand. Tata Motors, I'm going with red as total sales were 2% higher but have missed estimates by 6%. Electric vehicle sales have dropped 4%, while passenger vehicle and commercial vehicle sales were up 2% each. Ashok Leyland, total sales have risen 12% year-on-year, and it was 1% higher than estimates. Both MNHCV and LCV sales were up 12% each as well. Escorts, I'm going with green just because of healthy outlook. Total sales were down 6% year-on-year, but company says it sees an improvement in demand post-southwest monsoon. Hero MotoCorp, I'm going with red as sales have come in below estimates and are lower year-on-year. Total sales were below 4% estimate and are down 4% year-on-year. Total sales were at 4.98 lakh units versus 5.20 lakh units in the same month last year. Company says it's focusing on the premiumization of its product portfolio. TVS Motor sales were slightly below estimate as three-wheelers were a drag. Total sales were up 12% but are down 4% versus estimate at 3.7 lakh units. Two-wheeler sales were up 13%, while three-wheeler sales have slipped 9%. Last is Eicher Motors. Royal Enfield sales have slipped 8% year-on-year and have missed estimates by 7%. It has come in at 71,000 units versus 77,000 units in the same month last year. But commercial vehicle sales have seen improvement and were up 10% year-on-year. So total overall sales for the month of May were mixed. Some segments have seen an improvement, while other segments have seen a moderation.
So thanks very much for that. And we'll sort of discuss each of these with our guests in a bit from now. But that's the lowdown on the auto sales numbers.